So this is the Silverado, and this is what we're gonna be building, transforming, because this truck is just body-wise, she's just beat up, man. Look at this body work. Whoever owned this truck, the guy before me that owned this, did some crazy Bondo work to this thing, and yeah. So, other than the bent sides, it's in pretty good shape. You know, you can see where they did some fancy metal work. I mean, it's insane. It's literally insane. I legitimately don't understand it. But that's why I have new bed sides. So, this is the next, I guess, big build. I mean, we got a couple other big builds going on, but this is a 1999 Chevy Silverado. Interior-wise, it's pretty clean for a 99. And it's an automatic. It's got a, column shift. It's a two-wheel drive, so it's a single cab, two-wheel drive. Short bed. It's a short bed pickup, and it is a 4.8 liter. And the engine bay is pretty clean. And it runs really good. Got the good old 4.8. So this is gonna be the build. So ultimately what's gonna happen, first thing that's gonna happen is the bed's gonna come off, and then we're gonna redo some of the lowering stuff in the back. New shocks, clean up the frame, C-notch it. We're gonna actually be dropping the back a couple more inches just to make it kind of match the front, but the front's also gonna be going down another inch. And then that doesn't even include, running a lower profile tire, because right now it has 275 45 20s, I believe, on it. Yeah. So we're doing that. It's gonna get a front brake upgrade from the 2020 Sierra Silverados. All new front suspension, tie rod ends, ball joints, all that kind of stuff, springs, whatnot. Back's gonna be the same deal. It's already got a rear sway bar on it, and gonna be doing all of that stuff. Doing all that stuff to it, and just making it a clean truck. Goal isn't to really have perfect paint or anything like that. So this is the next big, fun daily project, and it runs really good for what it is. Doesn't have much power. It's a little 4.8 liter, and the goal ultimately is put the LSA blower on this thing, try to do it not necessarily as cheaply as possible, but as quickly as possible. So not going all out with things, I may just run stock truck manifolds and the exhaust that this thing has on it currently, just stuff like that, trying to keep it simple. And trans will probably just stay in it. What's in it now will stay in it. And yeah, so gonna keep the 20s on it. The brakes that we're doing on the front are some big brakes, and they will fill in all of that pretty well. The 4.8 liter will be upgraded with, so the 4.8 liter is gonna get this supercharger, a bunch of parts on the bottom shelf. The truck is sponsored by Snake Eater Performance, or the build is. So it's gonna be kind of fun to go through this. We're gonna be running a Walbro 525 pump. It's just a drop-in deal for these things. I'm gonna redo the fuel lines from the tank to the front. So that is gonna be the plans with that truck. Clearly we got stuff going on in here, but we got an HD hood for it. We got a roll pan. We got the new bed sides for it. This is actually a bed cover that came on the truck. I'll be re-putting that back on. We got new taillights, headlights, all the suspension stuff. So so I figured I wouldn't really record, doing the bolts and stuff, just because it's bolts, right? There's not much drama. Dude, there are 4 bolts per side. I got 3 bolts on total. The rest ended up like this. Look at this. Look at this. Would you look at this? Oh, there we go. We got broken bolts, people. This is what having a truck in the Midwest and the South Belt is like. It's not that bad. Actually, it's pretty bad. I don't know. Whatever. It's weight loss, dude. It'll look better with new bedsides on it. I don't know what else to tell you. Dude, look at my new whip. Hi, Vac. Gonna try to saddle up the 4 corners with the hoist or the engine lift thinger majigger bobber. We'll get it lifted in the air. We'll pull the truck straight out, drop it down, wheel it back. I gotta get this stuff cleaned up, but yeah, so. This is what I'm talking about, dude. This truck is just, look at that. Look at the rot. But hey, that is some race car stuff right there. That's some lightweight modification, and I didn't even have to spend the time to do it. That was already done for me, so that's pretty sweet. What in the world? Yeah, when you paint your truck, you really want to make sure that you coat the paint on to where it flakes off like that. The bed just hooked up with a couple ratchet straps. Right in the center with the extendo arm from the hoist, and we're gonna lift it up, and then I'm gonna just drive the truck out, put it on this dolly, and then we can start drilling out some spot welds and get this bed off there. Okay, so we got our plates. That's like perfect. All I gotta do is clean up the inside of this stuff here. We got our plate out of here like this. There we go. Bam, okay. What in the world's going on? And yeah, you can see why we're doing what we're doing here. So we got rust there, and this part here is considerably more rusty than Evan thought. So now it's, man alive. This is why I hate getting into projects like this. It's not that I hate doing the project. It's like when you're getting in a pool and it's cold. You just gotta jump in and deal with a little bit of discomfort. That's what I'm experiencing right now. Yeah, so we're experiencing the shock, right? The horror. Look at this. Like, this is years worth of just, this is rust. This is rust. I know, a lot of time lapse, but this side notch is done technically. Just got to weld in that lower plate is all on both sides. Same on this side. And then what I plan on doing is I got to take the leafs off, and I'm going to be dropping the rear diff and all that stuff. So once I get all that done, like these plates right here, like there's a section of the frame here, I'm just going to use the MIG and MIG weld the bottom section on both sides. But then the C-notches are done, and then we can get the springs, you know, get them, their new bushings pressed in there, and just, you know, just that much closer. All right, so I got the leaf springs off, and we've already got these bushings pressed out because we got some new Prothane replacements, and working on getting this one ready to press out, but use an air hammer, and you can kind of see where it's got like a flared edge here, and you got to kind of try to get that straightened out so that as you're trying to press, it doesn't bite into the side here and like almost lock it in place. So getting that done, and then we can throw it on the press and get that pressed out. All right, so we just got everything cleaned up. Janice is here with me, and she helped me get the springs painted. So we got these all kind of, didn't go too crazy with them, just, you know, took a wire brush and knocked off all the loose stuff and just sprayed it with some black tractor paint. And we're gonna go get something to eat really quick, and then when we get back, she's gonna help me get these new bushings in. Well, I think this is where I'm gonna end this video off. You guys saw we got the leaf springs cleaned up, new bushings put in them. We got the rear diff out. I'm gonna explain that in a second. Waiting on some parts, and that's why this video is going to end, at least on the truck side of things. So we got the C-notches, you know, in on the frame. Originally, I was just going to replace these two bars here, but once I wasn't even gonna replace this one, I was just gonna replace the front one there. But once I got the fuel tank dropped, I found that there was some rot, as you can see. So then I'm like, well, man, why would I replace that? Atomic Fab offers shock relocation brackets for the rear end because the shock brackets are on opposing ends. I don't like that. And there's just a bunch of variables here. And so we're waiting on some parts now. I got the fuel cell ordered, the fuel level sender, the shock brackets. And so what that'll allow us to do is, one, we can mount the fuel cell back here and then put a bash bar back here so that it protects the tank. New fuel line, since we're gonna be doing the LSA blower on this thing, just run the new fuel lines up right now, and then redo the shock brackets both on the chassis and on the rear diff, which then means we can cut this bar out and replace that bar with something a little more stout. And then we're gonna add some bracing from each notch, like kind of join them together with bars. So that is where we are at right now. We'll get the, these are the shock brackets, so we'll get these removed and then weld the new ones on there. Gonna redo the brake lines on this because, yeah. So clean it up, paint. I'm gonna leave the video here. This video is probably gonna be pretty long. A bunch of time lapse of welding and grinding and cutting and all that stuff. And then we've got some stuff going on with my brother's car while I'm trying to get work done. So it's just It's crazy around here, and some other stuff. There's got a ton of stuff going on. It's very busy. So yeah, if you like this stuff, like, subscribe. If you're not into this portion of stuff and you like the welding stuff, we'll stick around. There's tons of that going on. So hope you guys have a great day. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to you guys later.